Hello and welcome back to us, to the three boys, the three originals of the Third and Short podcast. We're still here, we're still alive, we're still going. We just had some time off due to the off season. And with that said, I must give a massive thank you to the four boys who have ran the overtime show during the off season. They've done a stellar job. I'm sure you'll all agree if you've been watching. If you haven't been watching, what the fuck have you been doing? But no, massive thank you to Mark, to Bones, to JP, and that's about it, I think. Was there anyone else we needed to thank? I think it was just it, wasn't it?
I can't remember what the other role, to be fair.
Jordan,
I think you and I were on an episode at one point.
We had to fill in for Jordan because he couldn't be arsed one week. Massive thanks to those guys. They've kept the content going. They've been great with what they've been doing. They've also planned it all out superbly. As you'll see from this episode, we plan absolutely fuck all.
We're already on one fuck already. Now I'm on two.
I think I've already done two anyway. Yeah, we're back. It's us. It's the Third and Short boys. No overtime. It's the season starts at weekend, and I'm mega pumped for it. And I know these two boys are. If you are a regular follower of ours, you'll know that our show doesn't really follow any sort of pattern. We just talk nonsense for as long as we get bored, or until we get bored. But if you are watching, you know we do beer of the week. Hope you can grab your popcorn and we can go from there. And if you are online, give us a little nudge and we will give you a shout out because Jamie can pop some little graphics across the screen there. But yeah, we'll start with the beer of the week, and I'm going to go with Jamie first.
Well, I was drinking my Pepsi Max because I was like, I have no idea if I'm going to like this or not. But for my birthday, I was like, I got these lagers of the world. So I was like, I'm going to save them. And then realised 2 or 3 of them's gone out of date. So I was like, shit. So I have got this one, which Mythos, I believe it's Greek. So, I mean, I'm not a massive lager drinker or anything. So
Mythos is really
Jesus
nice.
Christ, on a bike. Oh, fuck.
F count.
So, yeah, I'm just going to see what it's like.
We tried so hard to keep the F's down at the end of last season, and we've absolutely fucked it up.
It's all gone out the window, hasn't it?
There you go. Mamma mia, it's all right. So, my fault.
Nice. Have you got a snack? Any snacks with you, or just the beer?
No, I do have a kebab in the other room from last night. Might bring that in. Who knows?
Nice. There's a message there from Gazzy's on Holston Pills whilst he's plastering.
I do have a Holston Pills as part of this as well, and Holston Pills is from. Anyone want to guess where it's from?
I'd go
Germany.
Germany.
Yeah, it's Germany.
There's also a really good message from Joe there.
What?
One. Well, to be fair, he did put something a little bit earlier.
Doing any work? Did any of you guys?
Did what?
I didn't realise Gaz was doing any renovations or anything.
I don't think he's mentioned it.
Yeah.
No.
Sick of him using an excuse.
Tom, what beer you want?
I've gone pretty standard. I've just gone with beer and Moretti today. It's in the Third and Short glass. I don't know if you can see it.
The Third and Short
what I will say about these glasses is they're not dishwasher friendly because, as you can see, it's very faded.
I thought it was just going to be 2 hands, just like.
Yeah, so don't use the dishwasher.
I'm in my glass that I got from the same company, but the Raiders one. I'm sure I can't remember what the name of the company is.
Embankment glasses, something like that.
Well, no, we got what we wanted out of them last season, and now we don't care what they're called.
I am drinking.
One season 2 now.
Golden Goose from Goose Island. Saw it in a shop. Never heard of it. Going for it. So yeah, and I've got a snack. Have you got snack, Tom?
I've not got any popcorn though. Have you got some?
I've got some popcorn there. Hand popped popcorn.
Love it.
So I think before we should really get into the nitty gritty, has there been any outbangs or anything like that? Announcements, sorry.
Any what? The what now? Announcements.
Announcements.
Well,
That's thrown me off completely. That's killed me.
For me, Sue's back. He's been taken off the COVID reserve. So Sue's will be playing on Thursday.
I think Tom's bet has gone.
Yeah, just in time for Zach Martin that's been put on the COVID protocol for the Cowboys. It's like, right, so you've lost one of your linesmen. Right, we'll recall Sue. Poor Dak.
He's going to die. It's going to be beautiful. First game back against arguably the greatest defence the league has ever seen. He's going to die.
You know, here he is. He's back with it. He's back with it.
I mean,
Stop eating that
at what point do you become a Browns fan, Tom? That's what happens, isn't it?
Yeah,
Giants
you're
fans.
right, mate. You switch over.
I can't.
It
either.
depends. If Golden Tate goes, then maybe. I mean,
I'm surprised no one's picked him up. To be fair, Golden Tate.
oh yeah.
No.
Absolutely
Yeah.
not.
So, I mean, that's enough for the announcements. What's been going on in the Giants off season, Tom?
It's, all right. It sounds bad to say, but I think it's been a bit of a shambles, if I'm honest. I don't know. It's a difficult one to judge. So we haven't really improved the O line at all. No draft cap was put into it. We let Zeitler go on a free, and then when it came down to announcing the final 53, we basically cut every backup, and basically used draft cap to bring in. I think Billy Bresden, is one that's called, and it might be Brian Bresden. I think it's BB, and then Billy Price. These are two backups that we've brought in because our own line it just didn't perform well in pre-seasons. It's not performed well for the last 3 or 4 years. So there's a lot of faith being put on the starting offensive line. You know, they've not put anything into it. Andrew Thomas looked an absolute joke against the Patriots in the reps that he was getting. Obviously, in the third game of the preseason, they didn't start any first team in the first or second games. And then there's just been a lot of sort of worry around injuries. So obviously, we brought Golladay in and drafted Tony with our first pick, and neither of them have played a snap in pre-season. Golladay did his hamstring in camp, and Tony apparently got COVID and has been really suffering with sort of recovering. So they're both sort of being touted to be ready for week one, but there's going to be no chemistry with DJ at all. You know, they've hardly played anything, bit of training here and there. And then you've got Engram's just pulled his calf. So he's unlikely to make week one. They're still not saying he isn't, but I can't imagine. I mean, last season's Tom is obviously pleased, but I start every season in the hope that Engram's going to be this worldie that he was meant to be. But what I am pleased about is I really like Hayden Smith, who is obviously our third tight end now, so we've got Kyle Rudolph. So he'll be getting reps with Rudolph. So I'm quite happy about that because I like Hayden Smith and he's got good chemistry with DJ. Both started rookie camp together. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I just want to say Mark's a prick. I'm not happy with all the work that he's done. But yeah, it's quite a possibility if we're honest, isn't it? Based on the past 2 seasons, but I'm saying no, he won't, because he's gonna dime out. Yeah, so like, it's not been the best of pre-season. With all this sort of controversy sitting around and unknown more than anything. One positive, Sterling Shepard's looked an absolute beast. He knows he's coming back and he's playing in the slot, which is obviously where he's best, and he has looked phenomenal. He's looked brilliant in camp, and he played well in the reps he was getting in the final games against Patriots. So, you know, that's a positive there. Barkley looks on course to start against Denver. Whether he will or not, I don't know, considering we've only got a sort of tight window to then turn around against Washington, because we play them Thursday the next week. So I don't know if they'll maybe rest Barkley, give him a few reps, not full first team reps, and rely on sort of Booker, which I'm not happy about because he looked shy in pre-season, if I'm honest. And then I think Mark's right about DJ. It's definitely make or break. I think Gettleman sort of dies on it as well. I think it's make or break for him whether DJ makes it. The fact that they didn't invest in the O-line, you know, he's basically sitting there and going, right, you know, DJ's got all he's needed. We've given him all these tools. Everyone knows the O-line was really the worst part. Yes, we didn't have out wide receiver one, but we were happy with Slayton as wide receiver one. So he's given all these tools, but not affected the O-line. It's massive. It will all depend on that. And Barkley being back will obviously help him because teams just can't, blitz and blitz and blitz, knowing that nothing's coming out of the backfield. But yeah, it's not promising. And in regards to JP, hopefully it's Jason Garrett, because that's the other bad thing about the Giants is, for the first 2 downs, it's always 3 wide receivers on 5-yard fucking curls. So you're not going to get far. Our touchdown drives that we had last season, and the same as we had in pre-season, the 9 or 11 plays, we don't have explosive plays. That's the problem. So therefore, you can't win games just grinding it out all the time, because it just doesn't happen, especially when the Giants, you haven't got that ability to do it. So I don't know. I'm obviously sitting here going, I'm really positive, and I want us to do well, and I've put a good fair amount of money on the Giants. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm quite reserved about it. We're just fortunate that we're in a shit division. It gives us a chance.
I like how all the questions are literally just coming in for you straight away, like you said, making you sweat early.
Who do I hate?
Who do you hate?
Garrett. Now, it's probably a shock to people because obviously I'm a big anti-Gettleman man, but I started saying last season he did well in free agency when we brought Blake and Bradbury in. This season, he's gone out and got Golladay, Adoree Jackson, and then they've given him some weapons through the draft. I am unhappy that we didn't go for any O-line, but Garrett is a real problem, isn't he? If he doesn't bring some explosive plays or change up the playbook this year, then fucking hell, he's definitely top of my hit list. Any more chat?
If you are listening and you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, whatever it is we're on, pop a little comment. We'll put you on screen. We'll make you famous for all of our 10 viewers.
Yeah, like I said, you can just send us your questions.
Yeah, or you can tweet us and we'll ignore it till the end of the show. So Jamie, Bucks, what's gonna a lot to live up to, I suppose. You couldn't have done much better last year, really, being the Super Bowl winners. So how's off season been?
I mean, there's only one thing we could do better, and that was win the NFC South. I mean, we went through the wild cards, which a lot of people like. We didn't win the NFC South, but we're still the favourites to go on and win the NFC South now, which guaranteed there's no Drew Brees now, so it should be a breeze. No pun intended.
But we have got somebody you're fond of.
Oh, pardon? Oh, I love Jameis Winston. Yeah, so I mean, anything can happen with Jameis Winston. I mean, you look at the division now; everyone has got a new quarterback or a new head coach, so. You don't know what's going to happen with this NFC South. I mean, we are going in as possible favourites, top 3 favourites to win the whole Super Bowl. So, I mean, why not? We re-signed everybody. The last 8 games that we played after the bye week, we scored over 30 points in every game, and we didn't lose. Yeah. So, I mean, the offense is there. I mean, I know everyone was saying it's all about our defense as well. I mean, we were still scoring points. I know Brady and our starters didn't really have a lot of reps during pre-season. I think the last game that we played, the only game that we won, our last game, he had 2 90-plus yards, like 2 90-plus drives, and that was it. And he was like, "Yeah, you can come out now," and he was done. Both ended in the red zone and scores, so can't really complain. I mean, it's Brady, entering his 21st year in the league. Pretty sure he knows what to do. Mike Evans going into his 8th year. All 7 years have been 1,000-yard reception years. Yeah. So optimistic.
Elite Evans.
Pardon?
Elite Evans.
Elite Evans. He is elite. I mean, 1,000 yards. No other player has done that in their first 7 seasons. So, I mean, I like the thing that Mark's put on here about Joe Tryon. I've been recently playing Madden 22. On career mode, and I've got him over JPP at the moment, and I love Joe Tryon. He's a beast, especially in pre-season. He had so many reps. I mean, the first game that he played, and he almost killed the quarterback. I can't remember who it was now. He literally just ran into him and just destroyed him. I think Joe Tryon is. Pardon?
He got flagged for it, didn't he?
Yeah, he got flagged for it, so it didn't count. It was. I don't think it was. Roughness. What's it called? I can't even remember now. It's been that long. I forgot all the flags. Roughing the passer. There you go. So yeah, it's just annoying, but I think he's definitely going to have a few reps. I think you can't not take Shaq Barrett and JPP at start. I mean, after everything that they did in those wins that we had and in the playoffs, I do want to see Joe try and come on for a few reps in between though, just to keep it fresh. But yeah, I mean, going off what JP's saying about Madden, I'm enjoying Madden 22. I'm into my second year now. Decided to trade Brady and Gronk away to the Falcons for Kyle Pitts. So bringing back my boy Kyle Trask as my starting quarterback with Kyle Pitts, that Florida Gators. There you go. And college football's back now as well. I've started to get more into college football. You want to maybe thank the third and short overtime guys for that. So I've watched the Florida Gators game the other day. It's been great. So off season's been all right. Thank 3 of them, I guess.
Yeah.
Sorry. You can choose which one I don't want to thank.
Oh dear me. I don't want to talk about the Raiders. Can we move on?
No.
That'd be great. Thanks. Okay. Pre-season doesn't really count for much, I suppose, in the overall grand scheme of things. As a team, we've improved on defense, brought in some decent pieces. Gus Bradley seems to have brought in players that he knows well in Casey Hayward. We also brought in Yannick Ngakoue. I think it's a bit of a beast. So I'm comfortable that it's got better. It couldn't have got any fucking worse, could it? Having to put up 35, 40 points a game just to be in the chance of getting a result. Yeah. So B has improved, will improve, however you want to phrase it. At what cost? Got no O-line. And Derek Carr isn't great under pressure, as we all know. He's got probably smaller hands than me. I've got teeny tiny hands. So, I mean, the good thing with Carr, and I'm a bit of a Carr fan, is that he's smart with the ball. He doesn't really take any risks. And I'd like to think that a lot of this off-season he's been working on getting the ball out a bit quicker as well, because he's going to need to. Obviously, first round pick was Leatherwood. We all know how Mark felt about that. From what I've watched and what I've read and what I've seen, he looks really, really good in run blocking. I'm really comfortable with that. However, it's the pass protection that he's struggling with, and that's going to be a problem, isn't it, when we're coming up against some really good teams, not just in the league, but in our division, So, I'm really optimistic for finishing third in that 4. We've made some questionable moves in cutting people as well. It's just found out today we've caught I've been drafted in the 3rd round a couple of years ago. Tanner News from Clemson. He's not really had a chance in my opinion. But I trust the process or whatever. But I don't know, just a shambles of a team really. If we don't make the playoffs this year, Gruden has to go. He won't, but he has to. And I think it'll be Mayock that goes if Gruden doesn't. What Mark said there is fair, but I do think Ruggs will have a good year. He has to. Obviously, we've got Darren Waller, and I think a lot of the other team's focus will be on stopping Darren Waller. It just gives Ruggs a chance to open his legs and get downfield. But I just don't know. Carr doesn't really like to take many chances downfield. We'll see what happens. I'm not massively optimistic. I will be when it comes to Monday night. We're playing the Ravens. I think we're going to win the Super Bowl, but. I'm not really optimistic. What will be.
So join us on next week's episode when you're seeing the happiest he's going to be all season.
Well, we will meet by next Monday night, so I'll still be all right. We'll still be undefeated.
Sorry, Matt. We've said we're obviously going to do predictions, are we? Which I think we're going to discuss later. But we did them last season and didn't really track them. We had to sort of remember them. Whereas this year we're going to keep a track of them. So can we do? What do you think the Raiders are going to finish numbers wise, as in wins and losses? What's your win loss?
9-8.
9-8. Jamie, here we go.
17-0.
Is that your definite? Fucking knew that was coming.
Yeah, Mark
I'd-
as well.
I'd say, I don't know. Looking at I don't know. There's a lot of games that we'd probably lose. So you know what? I'll say we'll lose a couple. So 13-4.
13-4. I've gone for
Why
8-9.
not? It's 17-0. So we're 17-0. We ain't losing a single game all year.
Right, I've got them down, so I'll get them logged.
Clip that. And when they lose that first game.
I love how optimistic I am now because we are champions. But last year I was like, I just want to reach the playoffs. That's all I want.
Talking of obviously how teams are going to do, who's going to get that number 1 overall pick? Who's going to be the worst team in the NFL?
I imagine we're all sort of in agreement here, aren't we?
Hi, Bones.
I think it's between a couple. I think it's between the Lions, possibly, Texans, probably, maybe the Eagles.
Wait, whoa! Is this
maybe the Eagles?
Is this our first Eagles?
Fly, Eagles fly on our way to victory.
Oh God, not miss that.
And that wasn't done just for that. I do think the Eagles are going to be picking in the top 3.
Yeah,
you know, the Texans are shit, aren't they? They've got nothing.
Yeah, I'm going for Texans definitely. It's a weird one with Eagles because I don't want to slag them off because obviously it might come back to haunt me. But a lot I read on Twitter from the Eagles fans, and obviously you're going to be optimistic, aren't you? It's the same way I am about the Giants. Is they're relatively happy with how their pre-season's gone, and someone seems to think that Hurts is decent. It's an unknown one for me at the moment, but they all seem to be banking on it. So who knows? The Eagles might do all right, but I hope they bloody don't. I really want them to finish bottom.
3-14. I don't know what those 3 are going to be. I don't think you're going to win a single game. No, I mean, Jared Goff is all right, isn't he? You never know. It could just all click it and everything works so well out for him, don't you? You don't know, so.
I don't know if any of you are feeling this way, right? But last season we liked to dig the lines out quite a bit, didn't we? And we were laughing. For some reason, like this season, I'm starting to feel like I want them to do all right. Like I don't know, like I just sort of want to side with Bones and give him some happiness because for however long he's had it, and I sort of like Dan Campbell. I just find him, well, the fact that he said he was going to bite kneecaps off teams and then drinks 2 like grande espressos a day in the morning or something where his caffeine is just ridiculous. The guy's clearly a nutcase, and I'm here for it. I'm all here for it.
What I do like is that the Lions were poor last year. Is fair. And they had a good quarterback, and they've no longer got him. They had Golladay, they've no longer got him.
Yeah,
not looking good, is it? Let's be honest.
Yeah, but they also had a poisonous, toxic atmosphere, didn't they? And terrible coaching staff. I mean, the Giants. If you look back 2 seasons, the Giants had the same, like an awful coaching staff. No one liked it. And then the season just gone. Joe Judge and the guys came in. We did sort of bolster the defense with Blake Martinez and James Bradbury, but we lost Saquon. We still won more games than what we did the previous year. So it could have, the cultural difference could have a big effect. I'm clinging, but I'm sort of really hoping for Bones that they do.
Just eating some popcorn.
I just want to ask Bones this question. I know it'll take a while for it to come through the chat, but you think you're going to beat Atlanta with Matt Ryan and Kyle Pitts? I expect good things from Kyle Pitts this year. I mean, he was drafted number 4 overall as a tight end.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Matt Ryan
Bengals with Joe Burrow back. Well, I mean, yeah, they do choke. They do love it. And, I mean, they were, obviously they took the 4th pick, so they were the 4th worst team this year. None of you said Jets. Do you think Zach Wilson's going to turn it around?
If we're going on to that, if we're going on to that sort of, he's my offensive rookie of the year.
Same.
I think the Jets were dreadful last year. I think they'll be just poor this year. That's an improvement. No, I think the Jets will be. Probably the Jets is they're in a really tough division. Bills are good. Patriots will be better. Dolphins are good. That's a tough division for them. So that's 6 games that they're going to struggle with. But I do think the Jets will be a lot better than they were last year.
We obviously beat them pre-season, and he looked tidy. He looked really tidy. Played really well.
I know there was a lot of issues with his attitude and contracts and stuff, wasn't there? But it seems to maybe you don't know what's going to happen when the league starts. But if anybody that has been in any of our fantasy leagues, he's one of those rookies I always take because I expect a big year for Zach Wilson. And he was drafted number 2 overall and just seems to be overlooked completely.
Yeah,
I don't think it'll be Trevor. I think they're going to be terrible with Jags.
Do you?
I don't think I do. I don't think they're going to be. What did they finish 2-14? Was it? Was it 1?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Maybe they'll be better than that, but I just think they still think they're going to pick top 5. Jags.
But
they lost the running back, didn't they? Took Etienne, didn't they?
Yeah, Etienne. Yeah, but they've got James Robinson, and he didn't do too bad, did he, last season? So I don't know. This is the best thing about NFL, isn't it? You can sit here and say this is going to happen, this is going to happen, and it won't. It won't. Something out of left field will happen.
Our knowledge and our research and all that sort of stuff is absolutely nothing compared to the overtime.
It'll be like
I said Patriots to win the Super Bowl.
I think did I say Chiefs originally? I changed it to Bucks about week 6 or 7.
Yeah.
What was the Super Bowl?
Did I say
triple award-winning podcast host here? Triple award-winning.
But this is the thing as well. I mean, looking at different players as well. I mean, I know you said that the Eagles are crap, but Devonta Smith could put up.
They were crap.
I'm not playing it again. It's all right. It's played been once now. We're in season 2 now. A little bit more mature now.
No, we're not.
Devonta Smith. I mean, he won thingy, didn't he? So can he not put up massive numbers? I know you say the Eagles are crap, but just keep targeting. You never know. He could break record numbers, and anything can happen. You don't know. Like I said, Joe Burrow went out injured after a few weeks.
Yeah,
that's going to be an interesting one as well. See how he comes back from that.
Well, comeback player of the year.
Well, haven't you? At the moment, he's dropping everything. Like his hands are covered in butter. So that's clearly a mental block as well. Is when does he get rid of that?
I mean, the Bengals division is a really interesting one because they've got obviously the Ravens who've got Lamar, and they're going to be good, aren't they? They've got the Browns who looked really good last year. They've also got the Steelers who are notoriously playoff candidates or contenders. So it's a difficult division for the Bengals anyway.
Yeah.
To sort of contend with. I don't think the Steelers are going to be much cop this year, if I'm being honest. Don't know why.
We're like 11-0 for some reason. No one knows how they were 11-0.
Chase Claypool, basically. But I just don't think they're going to be much cop. I think the Browns are going to be good again. I think the Ravens are going to be good again. It's another tough AFC division. So you've got the East with the Pats, the Bills, and the Dolphins. You've got the North with the Bengals and not Bengals, sorry, the Ravens and Browns and possibly Steelers. You got the West with the Raiders. The Raiders, the Chiefs, and the Chargers this year.
I don't think Denver will do that bad either.
It's just they're a quarterback short of being very good, aren't they? Teddy Bridgewater is not.
It's an improvement for me. He's an improvement, though.
It's hard to get worse than Drew Lock, who gave away 4 interceptions against us when we don't intercept anybody.
I said it all last season. I don't mind Teddy. Like, I'm a bit annoyed that he's been named starter for week 1 because obviously we play Denver. I would have much preferred fucking Drew to start, but they drafted Surtain, so that's improved their defense. They had, I think it was the Giants and the Broncos that were the top 2 red zone defenses last year, so they've only improved on their defense as it is. I think they'll do all right. I think that division for me, like you say, you've got your Raiders side, but you always tend to start strong. It just seems to tail off. So could be a competitive division up until sort of November time.
Yeah, when we go on holiday.
Yeah.
Season's over, boys. Tom, who did you say
Literally,
for defensive book of the year?
I can't wait till the bye week, whatever week that is, because I might as well just stop watching NFL.
Who did you say was going to be offensive book of the year, Tom?
I'm stuck between Trev and Najee Harris.
It'll be a quarterback, won't it? It'll be a quarterback.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm thinking Trev, because of all the bloody fanfare. The same as what happened with Murray. Yeah, so I'm probably going to go with Trevor Lawrence, but if Najee gets it, then I'm going to come back to this clip and go, fuck's sake, why? But yeah, anyway, my predictions are always terrible, so it'll be someone,
It's Kyle Pitts!
Tony. I
would love it. The Florida Gator, Tony, we'll take it.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's league MVP. Who are we saying?
I'm going Mahomes.
Ooh.
I think he'll have a bit of a chip on his shoulder with what happened. I think they've done well with the offensive line, and the fact he's now finally got his top 100 number one. I think he'll be up there. It's not like that's a shock pick, being honest, but that's my rationale behind it.
He is on the MVP edition of Madden 22. Everybody seems to be going Josh Allen.
Yeah,
I think he's got a big year ahead of him, because he's not the pressure's on, but he's known about more now, isn't he? Because he had a storm of a year last year, I think. They expected him to be good. So so if he's not as good as okay, JP, if he's not as good as he was last year, then even if he's 90% of what he was last year, they've still got a very good quarterback. But people will be asking questions, won't they? I think it's tough for Josh Allen this year. I think interesting to see how he comes back. So I don't think he'll be him. I do like the Bills and I do like Josh Allen. So they've got some great players as well. But I just don't. I don't know. I'm going Tom's favourite player, Aaron Rodgers, and the reason being that all the hype around him, will he sign, will he leave, will he do this, will he do that, and the fact he's going to play, I just think it'll just be typical of Aaron Rodgers to be league MVP and not win the Super Bowl again. Which is what happened last year, isn't it? So,
not win the Super Bowl again. Not win the Super Bowl again.
So,
not win the Super Bowl.
I just think he'll be a bit like Mahomes. He might have a bit of a chip on his shoulder because everyone was saying he was going to leave and all this sort of stuff. And I just think he's clearly talented.
Clearly an arsehole.
Who isn't in the NFL? Darren Waller, he's not. There we go.
I'll go. I mean, I'm going to be selfish. I mean, like everybody's saying Josh Allen, so I'm just going to say Brady. One final one.
See you next week, guys. Episode over.
One final one. Do you think
carries on? Well, he signed 2 years, hasn't he? So, I mean, if we did run it back, go out on the high. You've just won 2 Super Bowls with the Buccaneers. It's just like, you're not going to get better than that. I don't think you're going to do it 3 times in a row and bring everybody back again.
Yeah.
So just do it back to back, win everything. I mean, I'm not saying that that's definitely going to happen, but if that does happen, it's a perfect scenario just to be like, okay, I'm done. Retire with 8 rings. I'm done. Unless he is literally trying to get a whole 2 hands full of rings and he's just going to stay until he gets all 10.
Yeah, not the only rings he's had his fingers in.
Ow. So who knows what's going to happen? Again, it just depends. We say this Buccaneers could finish bottom. You never know. Just have an awful time. Brady could get injured in the first game, and then we're stuck with Blaine Gabbert. We're stuck with Blaine Gabbert, even though it should be my boy Kyle Trask, offensive rookie of the year. Not going to play.
Defensive player of the year. I know who I'm going for, and it's Aaron Donald. It's an obvious choice, I know, but the Rams are going to be better going to be improved, and when a team improves, doesn't matter. I don't think they'll improve, but I think they'll improve results-wise or wins-wise. And I just think it will just elevate the Rams into people going, "No, do you know what? Yeah, the Rams are good. Aaron Donald, take it."
Yeah,
it's obvious choice. But...
I'm going to go with Von Miller.
Oof.
So he's
Would you not
obviously
think
come
that's
back.
more of a comeback player?
Yeah, but
He's still got that police case pending.
I don't know. He might have, but I think with their secondary now, I think he will be able to get even more coverage sacks. So I'm just throwing it out there. I did want to go with Chris Jones, but Mark told me about Chris Jones, so I was like, I'm not going with it.
Mark's
You won't be saying this when he gets 6 sacks against the Giants week 1.
Against us as well, like twice a season.
Yeah,
I like Von Miller. He's just a bit nonsense, isn't he?
I agree with Mark, though.
I can't say anything with this touch.
Can we address the elephant in the room? Does
That's
Tom
nice.
look like Andy
You can't
Reid?
call him an elephant.
Does Tom look like Andy Reid or not? Let us know. Because he's styled himself on it. I've had to see him twice looking like that in the space of a week. That's
It looks a bit. It looks all right-ish now. Now I'm getting. This is sort of growing back, but she's sort of just about accepting me now.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Well.
Moving on from that, I would say agree with Mark. I was going to go for Chase Young, winning Rookie of the Year last year. I mean, just absolutely smash it. They'll win the division again, Washington. So
it's them or Cowboys, isn't it? I think
it's not Giants.
145 quid says otherwise.
Is Von Miller the worst 3rd and short take today? I still think Patriots is, but
listen, I've got to have one in there that we can refer back to, and I'll get an award for.
Oh, is this what we're doing? Playing tactical? You want that award now? You want to be a 3-time award winner like Matt?
Defensive player on the year will be Alex Leatherwood, obviously.
We'll go for, obviously, we've done Defensive Player of the Year, we've done Offensive Rookie of the Year. Defensive Rookie of the Year?
I know what I'm going to say. I think it's probably what they're all going to say.
Yeah.
Micah Parsons, I think.
Yeah, I'm with you there. It kills me because I've been watching Hard Knocks, and I obviously should hate him, but I really like him. And I wanted us to draft him as well, which is devastating. We traded back and went with Tony. Not anything against Tony, but he was there. So yeah, I'm going Parsons as well.
Yeah, I
Jamie?
think it's the sensible choice, isn't it? But just to be a little bit different, that's a quitty pay. I've always said Colts are a good team. I thought they were probably going to make a dark horse to be at the Super Bowl last year. Unfortunately, didn't make it. So maybe adding to that defense this year, he could have a good year in the Colts and make the playoffs, deep in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So just to be different, but it most likely is going to be Micah Parsons.
And then Offensive Player of the Year?
This is different as well because we've already kind of said the MVP, and it usually is the MVP as well. It always goes like a quarterback.
Well, let's pick something different than what we said. I'm going to go with... oh, God. I want to say Derrick Henry, but it's too obvious.
Do you think he's going to get another 2,000 a year, though?
Well, they're a run-heavy team, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably just going to... Another obvious choice on here. That's only because he's like number 1 on every fantasy football list. Christian McCaffrey.
Okay.
Probably get injured after 3 weeks, but there you go.
I'll go Derrick Henry.
I'm going to go Dalvin Cook. I was close to Kamara, but I think Orleans are going to struggle this year. Could go one way or the other, really. So, and hopefully it goes the other with Jameis Winston being an absolute fucking plane crash.
I hope.
I hope he balls out.
I mean, this is a nice little transition. Comeback player of the year, Jameis Winston.
I think we all know.
Can you even call it a comeback? He got a touchdown in the playoffs, but comeback player of the year.
I don't think he can he? But I'm happy to take it.
If not, then it's probably going to be Dak or Joe Burrow.
I was going to go Joe Burrow.
Right, so Matt's going Burrow. Who's your serious one then, Jamie? Because I'll get rid of Winston.
Prescott is.
No, you can't get rid of Jameis Winston. He's my boy. Jameis Winston.
I think Prescott is a better shout, actually.
Jameis Winston.
He's going Dak.
You want to clip something else as well? Jameis Winston will lead the league in passing yards.
Look at JP.
Obviously I'm going to go Saquon.
Yeah.
Just because I have to.
Oh dear.
Do you know a funny thing here as well? Looking at it on Sky Bet at the moment, Christian McCaffrey, Jameis Winston, and Saquon Barkley are all 8-1 each.
Oh, you can bet on Winston being comeback player of the year.
You can, and he is technically third favourite.
Oh my god! Who's
behind Dak and Joe?
Is Dak first, and then Burrow's right,
and then Joe, yeah. So, and then it's McCaffrey, Winston, and Barkley, and then Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz, yeah, fair enough. I need to make an announcement, please. Breaking news: we have now cut ties with all road to recovery trust work. We're done with them. The director turned out to be a right prick. We're completely washing our hands of anything that has been said because it just keeps digging me out. I'm not having it here.
Well, to be fair, it's now said I have it. I assume that's the Winston shout.
He's come crawling. He's come crawling. He's seen his ways. Announcement: we're back on with Road to Recovery. They're a great cause. But no. In all seriousness, Jamie, I don't know if we've still got that loaded, but if we still got the links for Road to Recovery,
so you can, of course, yeah. Make sure you follow him on there.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Great work, absolutely great work. And anything we do charity based, will always sort of, any profits made or any proceeds made will go to them without a doubt, because it's touched us all. Weirdly, Mart is such a weirdly admirable guy. That is a backhanded compliment, but yeah, please go and check them out, have a look, read the story. I imagine it'll touch a lot of people's lives, and help where you can.
Shout out to Kieran as well, who did the many hours.
Yeah, he nailed it. Then he was at over $1,000. He got in the end.
He raised over $1,000. Yeah, was it?
Yeah,
10 hours of constant exercise he did. Shout out to
guy.
Kieran. I know you're not in group chat at the minute, but I hope you're all right, mate. I hope you're watching. If you're not, you'll not get this message, I suppose.
You can listen to it on Spotify or Apple Podcast after. It'll be available. So if you're listening, hello.
Yeah, me and Kieran do chat a bit outside the group. So talking the group chat, we've had some new members in. We're always open. We also lost some members during the summer
I will remember you.
For different reasons, people,
I will not remember them.
People were busy and people didn't like how ruthless it can be. People's bets were guns, but if you do want to go into...
If you've got a shit take and you want to die on the hill, expect to be stabbed with Excalibur. And then don't take offence to it when it happens, because I will unsheath every sword going to stab you in the throat over your shite opinion. So it's not ruthless at all. I just hate people's terrible opinion.
So talking to the group chat, if you want to come in it, get at us on Twitter. We've had some new guys in there in the last few days. We've got a Bears fan and a 49ers fan. Frankie 49ers, Matt Bears, I think it is, isn't it? Matt Bears.
Yeah.
Flash. Flash, yeah. He's not a pedo,
Same
right?
as
Don't
one
get
of
his
us.
cock out. It's just it was his nickname on the WhatsApp. But yeah, it's a good laugh. It's going to go off on this weekend. It's 100% going to go off.
Yeah, everyone's going to be excited. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because it is technically only 3 days until NFL kickoff.
Yeah, it's you guys in on the Thursday.
It is the Cowboys taking on the Super Bowl champions, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
The Cowboys versus the Fraudsters.
The Fraudsters, all right.
So I suppose when you talk about Super Bowl champions, if we carry on with predictions, we've got left NFC winner, AFC winner, and Super Bowl winner. Who are we going with, Matt?
Chiefs. Rams.
Oh,
And then the winner?
Chiefs.
yummy.
Jamie?
Yeah.
I,
I feel sick saying that.
I honestly thought before it was all predicted by Sky Sports it was going to be the Bucks v the Bills. But now that guy said it. I can't remember his name. The guy on Sky Sports. Everybody loves him. What's he called?
George Reynolds.
Neil Reynolds.
Neil Reynolds.
That's the one, Neil Reynolds. So I'm going to
Reynolds.
say completely different. I'm going to say the Bucks, but you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to say the Colts.
And then
They're my dark horse
to
team.
win, or
Yeah, I mean, we probably won't even make the Super Bowl this year. But there you go.
we can hope. I'm going Chiefs, obviously, just a bloody policy.
Chiefs aren't making it. Chiefs aren't making it to the.
I can't
Just-
even.
You want another one now? Another wild take here. This is one for you, Mark. The Chiefs won't make the championship game this year.
Okay.
Right.
Think of all these clips that you've got for this first episode. And when you play them in 6 months' time or whenever, you'll be like, this man is a genius. Or he's fucking crazy.
So I'm
I hope
going with
so.
the Chiefs. Now JP had my back before on Saquon as comeback player of the year. And
Don't say it.
I'm picking the Niners.
Oh. I thought you were going to say
going
the
for it.
Giants.
I'm going for it.
Ew, the Niners.
Yeah. And then, but I'm having Chiefs to win, obviously.
Is that must be what, 8th Moretti?
6th. It's been locked down. It happens easy. No, I think they're in a strong position. It's going to be them or the Rams that come out of that division.
Tough division, isn't it? And
Yeah.
the Seahawks in it as well, and the Cardinals. It's a tough division. Tough division.
Who's that anonymous?
It says George. Tom,
No,
you
he
are an
doesn't say
idiot.
his name at all. It's a knobhead's name.
Oh, it's fair.
He's like Voldemort, the name we do not speak. Or,
The
I mean,
49ers.
I feel for George because they're not even making off season this year. Post-season, sorry, and I can't wait. Especially when the Giants win the division, he has to pay me 20 quid.
Oh, yeah, but you're not going to get out of him. He's from Bradford, isn't he?
Yeah.
He'll make you drive and go and get it. It costs you more in fuel.
Yeah, I'd do it out of principle.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Talking of Super Bowl, we are looking at hosting a Super Bowl party in Blackpool to be confirmed further down the line. But once we've got more solid details for you, we will release that, I'm sure. We're not in discussions with the bar. We're going to be. It's going to be obvious where it's going to be, probably, for those that knows. So if you're in and around Blackpool in February, feel free to pop in and stroke our egos. If you don't want to stroke our egos, you can piss off, quite frankly. Because that's all we're
It's going to
doing
be
for.
clean as well, the bar, so we'll be fine.
And there's no blondes whatsoever.
They're not gone. You're all right.
Subtle hints.
So,
But yeah.
I think, what do you think to wrap up? Are we predicting our outcome for first week game?
Let's go for it. Let's do it. Well, I mean, we kick off the season, don't we? So I might as well start with myself. Should we go for a shutout, just for fun? Just end it crazy. Because why the bloody hell not? No. you'd expect us to most likely win. I mean, we're going in as heavy favourites after winning the Super Bowl. So I'm going to say we're going to win. I mean, 5 touchdown passes by Brady.
5. Right, I'll write that down, yeah.
Yeah, just do it.
TD passes by Brady.
I am going all out this year. I mean, we've just won the Super Bowl. I've waited since 2003 since this. How you doing, Matt? You all right? So, I mean, just live life now. I mean, I'm happy. I can wait another years. I mean, this year we're just hoping for Florida to win the SEC.
I love that you picked up college football now.
Yeah, like Gators are on BT Sport at 6 p.m. on Saturday. Can't wait. I got ESPN Player. Turns out there's no app, so you have to stream it from your phone via like mirroring. So I did that the other night. Absolutely smashed Florida State. It was great. But yeah, they want 6 p.m. on BT. You'll be watching it. 5 p.m.
Obviously, I can't ask you for. Well, I'll ask you for a prediction, but we're not going to be able to check it on Monday. So
No, I think we'll lose by a score.
Lose by a score.
Yeah.
I'm going Giants will win by a score.
Who have you got? Giants?
Broncos.
Denver?
Yeah.
Right.
To be fair, it's a real barometer of where the Giants are. Like, I think I'm not sure who I was talking to, but I was saying like for me, because of the unknowns, they're either going to be a 3-win team or a 10-win team. The Giants this season, it's one of those. And if we don't beat Broncos, depending on how that game goes, I think it'll tell us which team they're going to be.
Yeah, but you never know. Saquon might just find his form.
Yeah, I hope so. Jordan, I hope so.
Oh, love that as well. I was going to say the Giants are going to have more turnovers than touchdowns in that game.
I mean, DJ, he sort of limited it last year. It was still massively high, but it was about 50% less than in the previous year.
He was high, you're right. Off his tits.
Yeah.
So excited, nobody was even near him and he still fell.
Smoking that Garrett scheme.
Yum.
But yeah, I'm buzzing it's back. Honestly, I know like we spoke in the group and stuff and people were saying like, oh, you know, it'll fly by. It really fucking hasn't. I don't care what anyone says. And, you know, it's like, it's here now, you know. It'll seem like yesterday it was a draft. You're right, but that's all hindsight. During the waiting, it was a killer. And I've hated it. So I'm glad it's back now. I can't wait for Thursday. I'm out on Thursday with my new work lot, so I should get in for a decent time to watch the game. So I'm happy with that. Friday.
Lock up your sons.
Yeah.
Pedo sashes out.
It's a school now, so they won't be happy with it. All right.
It's a school night.
But yeah, I mean, anything else from you guys?
No, a bit like what you said. It took forever to get to here. A lot, you know, people do say it flies by. It doesn't fly by.
It doesn't.
Lock up your nans and your ironing boards. So it's, you know, a lot has happened in the last X amount of months, which, you know, we don't need to talk about Afghanistan, all that sort of stuff. We ain't a fucking news podcast. But because of all that stuff that's been going on in COVID, it's just seemed like it took so long to get to here. Week 1 is this week, and I can't wait to be let down by my team again. Honestly,
the familiar feeling.
Yeah, last year we beat the Saints week 1. I was like, you know what? Yeah, okay. We got off to a relatively good start, and then I mean, yeah, I just can't wait for my bet to go. My bet will be gone at some point in the season. Fight me.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So on that note, thank you. You know, give us the usual follow, subscription, whatever it is you want to say. Jamie's put the the socials down there.
That's at Third Short Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook for those listening that can't see it, Tom. You know, we are a podcast as well, you know.
Let me finish.
So I ain't missed this. Even at the bottom there.
But yeah, you know, thanks again to the three guys.
Okay, hang on. Where's your? Oh, sorry, I know I've interrupted you there. You just about to dig Jordan out.
How dare you? Rewind. Thanks
All I was
again.
going to say is, where's your passion fruit vodka, Jamie? That's what I was waiting for.
Oh, yeah.
We've got 20 odd more weeks to go. I'm sure it's gonna make it a comeback.
Come back.
I mean, like I said, I'm gonna, like I said, I'm trying these world beers for now, and then we'll see what happens.
If anyone's got a suggestion for what awards we can do, get them into us now, and we'll start prepping for it, because the effort that went into Corona from 2 of us last year was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them awards were silly. But yeah, so like I was saying before, I was really interrupted. You know, it's been a tough off season, but we've had the three guys on overtime that have really helped us out. It's been great to see Mark, Bones, and JP, top lads. Thank you very much. For those avid listeners that have stayed loyal, again, thank you. For any new listeners we somehow get, because Gary's terrible at social, so I don't know how we get any new people.
To the point we're back to drafting JP.
Yeah, thanks very much. It's great to be back. Obviously, you know the script. Every Monday we'll be back. The overtime guys, I think, is it Wednesday or Thursday?
Overtime will be on Thursday nights around about 7:30 p.m.
Yeah.
Also, just a quick shout out to Elusive Poet. If you're in the group chat, let us know.
Yeah, who are you? We need to know.
And I know you're gonna be happy that you're remaining elusive, I suppose. But we'll just block you from YouTube.
What a guy! That, you know, he was here in season 1, and he's straight on the first episode of season 2.
Yeah,
I know. We did see a question, by the way. Well, I did see a question earlier about GM firings and head coaches. We'll leave that for the overtime guys, because we have zero knowledge. Hence my Von Miller Defensive Player of the Year pick. Those guys have all the knowledge about that. Well, three out of the 4 do. So
we literally turn up at 18:58, ready to go, or 17:01 in Tom's case.
1 minute past 5.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. 19:01.
That's how I've got a DeLorean with Von Miller, hasn't he?
But no, thanks guys. Pleasure. Great to be back. You know, we'll see you next week.